Hey, I'm Angie Cha-Cha, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Angie Cha-Cha.
Got it refinanced in his name only without her name on it. And so like she didn't know. So in her mind, she's thinking the house still got her name on it and it don't. And I just looked at that paper and I just laughed and threw it in the garbage because I was like, girl, you don't have no authority to kick me out. And I said, and furthermore, y'all motherfuckers is divorced. And we are considered common law marriage. So there's nothing you could do now. Like, it's a done deal, sweetheart. Like, I'm so sorry for you.
So you being common law marriage with him when he passes away, do you make the decisions?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Everything was in my hands when he passed away. And it was really hard for me. He ended up, see, the crazy story behind that is like 2 years before he passed away, I started having these nightmares about him dying in a motorcycle accident, which later on I realized are premonitions. I'm a very spiritual person and I have the gift of foresight. I mean, I could see things that happen in the future, okay? Especially when it comes to people that I'm very close to and that I have a special bond with. I typically pick up on seeing images of them. So I'm having these, nightmares and I'm waking up, and one night I wake up, and I'm like, oh my God, and he's like, oh my God, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I said, no, I said, I had a nightmare that you died in a motorcycle accident. So he comforts me. Well, maybe like later on that year, again, I had another one, right? And it's the same type, same dream. Nothing is different. It's the same dream. And I noticed throughout my lifetime, after I became more awakened and more conscious, that I would have repetitive dreams. And these repetitive dreams were my premonitions. And that's how I could tell the difference now between it being a dream, just a regular dream, and being a premonition, is if I have it more than one time. So now here it goes again. I'm having the same nightmare again. And I'm telling him, like I had the same nightmare that I had earlier this year of you dying in a motorcycle accident. So, he comforts me again. And he's like, I'm sorry, that you're going through this. I know that must be traumatizing for you, to see those type of images. And then now we're going into the second year. And this ends up being the last year that he was alive. So now it's February 2014. I don't know if you heard of that show, That's So Raven, on the Disney Channel. Okay. Yeah. So you see how that girl has the gift where she can see into the future. And the camera's just like, zoom, and it shows the future.
Yeah.
I literally was sitting down in the kitchen and that's what the hell happened to me. And it was just like, and I see even a bigger picture now. Now I'm seeing more details. I see what I've seen before, but I'm also seeing more details. Now I'm seeing the funeral, okay? And I'm seeing all the bikes there, all the brothers and the sisters there. I'm seeing the whole large scale of it now, okay? Shit scared the fucking shit out of me. I ain't never had no shit like that happen to me in my life, and I done been through some crazy spiritual things. Like I done seen ghosts, I done astral traveled. When I was in my early 20s, I used to see ghosts when I was like around 10 years old. I done been through some spiritual shit, but that right there was the icing on the cake. So I was like, what the hell was that? Now, mind you, I don't know what I'm going through. Even when I'm 10 and I'm seeing ghosts, even when I'm 14, I'm astral traveling, because I didn't have nobody that was going through this that could tell me and educate me on like, this is what you're going through. I didn't want to talk to nobody about it because, I done been in and out the damn hospitals. So I didn't want to go into no damn psych ward again. Like I'm
think
good.
You're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause then they're going to be like, oh, you crazy. You need to go to the psych ward. But really, I'm just having spiritual experiences that y'all, want to label as some mental illness or whatever. So I'm just like, I just would keep it to myself when I would go through stuff. I'm like, you're not going to hear me. Like, now I did tell the ghost talk about the ghost thing to my mama, because one thing about my mama and my mama and my daddy both seen ghosts before too. So they done expressed this, and I done overheard some stuff. So it made me feel comfortable to be able to go to them and talk to them about it, because I knew they would believe me about that. But the other stuff like astral traveling, they would have just been like, "Girl, you crazy, you just dreaming." But I wasn't mother dreaming. My soul was leaving my body and actually flying around my city in the middle of the damn night. I done been up in somebody's apartment and caught them cheating on me, astral traveling. Like, please, no, I'm not
did
dreaming.
you
Okay.
did you go to funerals for other brothers who have passed away in the past? Have you been to multiple funerals?
No, I've never been to no funeral. I've been to like where they would have like a get together for the brother or whatever, because they had the patches, the rip patches that they would give, and they would go we would go on rip runs and stuff like that. So I would go to that, but as far as like other funerals for other brothers, no. I never went to no other funerals. He did. He went to them, but I didn't, stuff like that. If it wasn't like a party, an anniversary party or whatever, then I would stay
Yeah.
home with my children, and I'll just be like, you
But
go pay
but
your
he
respect.
did. He's
Yeah,
been to
but
multiple.
he's been to them. I'm foreseeing the funeral. I'm seeing the funeral in my image. And I I started hiding his motorcycle keys, because I'm like, you not going no damn where, because like I just was like, nah, something ain't right, because this is the third occurrence. So I just like, something ain't right. So after like 2 weeks go by, like the whole time he asking me like, Angie, you see my motorcycle keys? You see my motorcycle keys? I'm just playing dumb, like, nah, I don't know. But if I see him, I'll look around, and if I find him, I'll make sure I put them up there where the key, little key thing is at, so that way you can, you can have them. After the 2 weeks, he kind of just was like, "Nah, you doing something." So he came to me and he was like, "Angie," he was like, "Be for real." He was like, He was like, "You doing something with my keys? You got my keys?" He was like, "Cause I feel like you lying to me, like you hiding my keys from me or something." And he goes, "What's going on?" So I just broke down and started crying, and I told him, I was like, nah, I was like, because you're going to die in a motorcycle accident. You can't drive the motorcycle no more. You need to get rid of the motorcycle. You need to get out that motorcycle club. He was like, no. He was like, I'm not doing that. He goes, why would you want me to do something he was like, look, he said, I'm going to tell you like this. He goes, I've been riding motorcycles since I was 14 years old. This is what I love to do. And he goes, and I know that scares you because of your nightmares. And he goes, but if, let's just say I did die in a motorcycle accident, he goes, you need to be okay with me dying doing something that I love to do. And when he said it to me like that, then something came over me, and I was like, you know what, you're right. Because I would hate for somebody to try to tell me to stop doing the things that I love. Like if something happened to my hands and I couldn't paint or make crystal healing jewelry, I'd be motherfucking depressed. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, so I'm not gonna trip, So I was just like, all right, fine. So I gave him his keys. So in during between that time, like the year before that, we had got into a real bad fight, because he had felt like I was embarrassing him, and he ended up having a PTSD episode and being diagnosed with PTSD. Well, during that fight, he had ended up pulling out a gun, and he pointed the gun to his head and was pointing it to me, to my face, and saying, which one of us is going to die first, you or me? You or me? Come on, Angie. Who is it going to be? You or me? Pick one. And my nerves were so rattled. I did not know what to do. I had a gun right there beside me in the passenger seat. And I actually thought about picking up that gun and pointing it at his ass and shooting his ass, because you got me fucked up. Because now I feel like my life is being threatened, and I have children that I have to live for. And you got me, something ain't right with you. So it's gonna be you. But then I was like, nah, this is skilled in weaponry. Like I didn't seen him in a video of him when he was at war, shooting the tank and shit. And I was like, nah, this he gonna pop one in my before I get this gun out. So I'm not even gonna play like that, right? So I'm like, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get out this situation. So I'm sitting there and I'm like just talking to him calmly. And I'm like, Maurice, I'm like, like calm down, like it's gonna be okay. I was like, come on. I was like, how about you get in the passenger seat? And I said, and I'll drive us home. And I said, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. And I said, I hate that you're feeling like this. I hate seeing you like this. Like I don't want to see you like this. Like you're scaring me. Well, this man goes and he runs off like because we in the parking lot at this time, and we're in there's a building there, but I don't know what kind of building it is. It's nighttime. I ain't worried about what type of building is. I'm worried about saving my life. So he goes and he runs off, and I don't know where the hell he went to. So now I'm scared because I'm like out in the parking lot looking for him, and he ain't nowhere to be found. And it's an empty parking lot with just this building there. It looked like a medical office or something. And I'm just like, I'm like, Maurice, where are you at? Like, what are you doing? You ever seen that Homer Simpson like gif where he's like goes in and out of the bushes?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, this is what this was doing. Okay, I go whipped around the damn bush, and this come out the damn bushes like Homer Simpson did in that gif. Scared the hell out of me. And I was like, I said, oh my God. I said, what is you doing? Why are you hiding in the bushes? And he said, you got me fucked up. And he just starts, yelling at me because, he's mad at me because he felt like I embarrassed him because, see, he got a big ass head, right? And he had this bucket hat on. And I was clowning him because I was like, that hat too small for your head, your big ass head, trying to wear that big ass. You got a big ass head and you trying to wear that little ass bucket hat on your head, and you know damn well your head too big for that, right? So it was that on top of it was that on top of he pissed me off, and so like I was being real petty. So I went. He was like, just go to the truck. And so I went and unlocked the truck. So I was going back to bring him the keys because I was going to go sit in the truck. Because we got into the argument about the hat because he got mad at me. And he was like, why are you talking about me? And I was like, I'm just playing with you. I'm like, you a crybaby. So he took some personal. I guess he done drank too much or whatever. I found out him just drinking certain type of liquors did not mix well with him, and that's when he would become volatile, and that's when he was drinking the brown liquors.
Yeah,
So
usually that'll do it.
yeah, it was Paul Masson. Paul Masson, him and Paul, they not friends, and they did not need no. That's what would trigger him was that Paul Masson, and I would tell him like I said something like because other times when he drinking, you not acting like that, but every time when you drink that Paul, you just be on some weird ass shit. So I go to give him the keys, and when I'm giving him the keys, I'm trying to tell him like, here, take the keys, because I'm ready to go back to the damn truck, because now I'm already irritated with you, because you're just doing too damn much. He want to stand there and be on that masculine trying to like, be funny and like he know I'm standing there talking to him, but because he's hanging around his bros and stuff, he want to try to make a point and have me standing there. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. So I just, when he went to go reach for the keys, I just dropped them on the floor. Now he mad as because I didn't embarrass him even more in front of his bros, right? So then that's what made him just go whoop whoop, and something didn't click right, and he started acting real crazy. Before he did all that, him and another bro was trying to shove me in a damn car, trying to force me into a car with some POs that I did not fuck with and I didn't like, but we was all going to the same place. So he's like, you ride with them. And I'm like, I don't want to ride with these. I don't like these. I'm not riding with them. I'm going to ride in the damn truck with you. You could just be mad at me. So I was just like, baffled at him even trying to force me to do that, because I was just like, something ain't right with you, because he
Because
never
all the
treated me.
property of are supposed to like hang out together and things like that, right?
Yeah. And he was trying to force me to hang with them, but he knew that I didn't with none of them like that. So like, why is you trying to make me hang out with some I don't like? So he never treated me like that though. He always let me make my own decisions. He never treated me like I was a property. But that night he was being real weird, trying to treat me like I was one of them other. So I said, oh, okay, this is what type of game we must playing. All right. So when we got in the truck and stuff, that's when he started flipping out on me. And he kept stopping the truck and then getting out the car and walking all the way to the passenger side to yell at me, right? He did that multiple times. And then when we got to the parking lot, then that's when he pulled the gun out. And so after that, after the bushes incident, he leaves out the bushes and I was like, come on. I said, come with me to the truck. I said, I'm going to drive and we're going to go home. This is what's going to happen. I said, because this has just gotten too out of hand tonight. Okay. So let's go. I said, I'm not mad. I just want to go home. Okay. So I go to walk towards the truck and I go to get in the driver's seat and I turn around and I don't see him. He not following behind me. Next thing you know, I hear a pop, pop, pop.